We are here at the Greenwich Concours d'Elegance 2023, and believe me, this is one of the biggest car shows in the world, not just the US, the world. And we're starting off right here. Here we have the new Mclaren 750S. Now, I would say that's a top spec car. But see, it doesn't really look different from the 720S. It's just a little quicker, and it's the new model of the 7. It's just a different name, I guess. But see, here's an Artura over there, followed by the Speedtail. And now, the Speedtail is McLaren's fastest production car. You see that thing there on the rim? That's for aerodynamics, which makes it helps the car make higher top speeds, I should say. But yeah, I saw the Speedtail at Miller Motor Cars about a year ago, and yeah, it's one of the most insane hypercars out there. Alright, here we have a very nice Lamborghini Huracan STO and the Urus Performante on stage, I should say, for Lamborghinis. Now, last year there was a Miura at this exact same spot here at this Greenwich Concours last year, and that was the Miura, as you know, is one of the greatest cars in the world. But we'll see what we can find here. This is just the beginning. There is a lot. I heard there's even going to be like an F50 and a Mclaren F1 here. But see, even over there we have like G-Class Cabriolet. Never seen one of those. Alright, let's start off with the muscle car selection here at the Greenwich Concours. Starting with this Plymouth Cuda. Very iconic and rare muscle car. Followed by Buick GSX. And this Plymouth Superbird. Now, if you guys don't know about the Superbird, this one, alright, it has a wing on the back, and they were basically like NASCARs back in the late 60s, early 70s. So yeah, it's the Roadrunner Superbird. And yeah, it's similar like to the Dodge Daytona, if you know about that, but now they're going for like $200,000. Like, they're pretty rare, and they could do 200 miles an hour back in the late 60s. And wow, it's a 4-seater, even though this car is built for NASCAR. But yeah, that's insane. We have a very nice Pontiac GTO Judge model, perhaps like the more rarer version of the GTO, and quicker also. But they're more iconic and more desired than the regular GTO. But yeah, this is a very nice car. And here we have Buick Century, lots of Buick muscle cars from late 60s, another GTO Judge. I would say I prefer the darker orange one than this one, but still a great car. I just prefer that spec more. Oh, Porsche 356 Speedster. Wow, this car's worth like $500,000 if it's in right condition. Is that a real one? Yeah, I think that it's got to be a real one if it's here. Yeah, another 356. Here we have multiple Porsche 356s actually. Yeah, these were the popular sports cars from the late 1940s until the early 60s, before the Porsche 911 series. Alright, now we're getting to the classic section, and we have Frank Sinatra playing in the background, Flying to the Moon. Kind of defines this era with the 356s. But Frank Sinatra, as we all know, he said you buy a Lamborghini when you are somebody. But yeah, there's a lot more here, so let's check it out instead of just standing at the 356s for all day. Alright, so I was just getting a photo shoot of this Ferrari SF90. Now, SF90, 986 horsepower, V8 hybrid hypercar, I would say. One of the, I guess, bargain hypercars, starting around $500,000. But this is an SF90 Spider. And they usually go for a little more than the SF90 Coupe. But yeah, this is a top spec SF90 here. That's got to be an Assetto Fiorano package or some type of package. Beside it, we have the Roma, kind of Ferrari's $300,000 entry-level supercar, along with the Portofino. But yeah, I'll take the Roma all day over a Portofino, because even though it's a V8, it kind of reminds me of the classic Ferraris, like the body style just of like the 60s Ferraris. And the grille also kind of looks very classic and makes it fit in with just those classic V12 Ferraris from the 60s, like the 250s and 275s. But which one are you taking? SF90 or the Roma? Here we have this Pagani Huayra BC, chassis number 16 out of 30. Yes, only 30 of them were made, and it's worth about 3.5 to 4 million. And this is a top spec example. You can see you have that blue color and the carbon fiber. But here we have the F50. And if you guys follow me and actually are true followers of my Instagram account or my videos, you know that I love the F50 because it's my profile picture for Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So yes, I do like the F50 a lot. It actually started up, and it was surprisingly quiet when I heard it start up. Yes, it was pretty quiet, but I'm not sure if that was the radio over there, because that's just ruining everything, even my YouTube video that I'm trying to do now. But yeah, the F50 is very iconic. Well, they only made 349 of them, and here is one of them. The V12 just sounds great, and what's so special about the F50 is that you have a mid-engine V12, so if you're riding or driving it, you can just hear that symphony right in the back. But here, this one, I actually did catch a video of it revving, the Lamborghini Countach, the original poster car from the 1980s, very iconic. This is a 1988 example. Here we have it. So you guys just heard Sparky's Sabre start up, also known as the Storm. That's also another hybrid hypercar. I forgot to mention that. But here we have this Aston Martin Vulcan. This is pure insanity. It's track focused and yeah, very rare. Also, this is a track only, not just track focused. It's basically illegal for the road. It's only made for the track. But here we have this V12 Vantage, which actually, I would assume it's legal for the road. But you know what they say about someone who assumes. So, but yeah, I'm still assuming it's legal for the road. So, but it looks track focused. That's what I was trying to say. Come along here. The 2005 Ford GT, based on the GT40 from Le Mans that beat Ferrari in the 66 Le Mans. Now, honestly, the body style hasn't changed much over 40 or 39 years because it still looks like pretty modern. Even between 1966 and 2005, there's not much of a difference, only that the GT40 is actually a little lower than the Ford GT and a little more lightweight. But yeah, it's still... And it's hard to get in for someone who's tall. Alright, here's the Ferrari 812 Competizione. Front engine, 6.5 liter V12, 830 horsepower. One of the best sounding cars in the world. Now, I saw this same competizione in October at Waveney Park in New Canaan, Connecticut. And yeah, the body style of the 812, it kind of reminds me of the classic V12 Ferraris, even though it's much different over like 60 years from like the 275 and 250. But yeah, it's still, I think one day this one would be a collectible car. Like the TDF is already going up in price, and that's only 6 years old. But yeah, this is basically like the TDF, except it's just the 812 competition. Here's the Gimbala Mirage GT, kind of like a custom build for the Carrera GT in the mid-2000s. And yeah, this is not very common to see. It's my first time seeing a Mirage GT, but I've seen the Carrera GT before. So, but not only that, that's nothing compared to what the Mclaren F1 is. We'll talk about that in a minute. So here is another one of my favorite cars ever built, the Ferrari, of course. Now, you know the story. It's a $4 million hypercar, obviously. Hybrid 6.3-liter V12 with 949 horsepower, but an extra, I think it starts maybe around somewhere in the 700s. That hybrid motor gives it that boost to 949. But yeah, this is one of this car is actually loud. Like, I caught just a slight video of it revving. It was pretty loud. Yeah, it sounds great also. Yeah, and just check it out. It's probably one of the best designs that Ferrari's ever had. It's the best Ferrari, one of the greatest designs for Ferrari in the modern era. Let's get a view of that, but not only that, we have this iconic EB110 SS. Wow. This is my first time seeing an EB110 in person. I did hear that this was at Miller Motor Cars like a few weeks ago, and I believe that's where, well, this might be someone's car, because most of them are. Oh yeah, it's part of a collection in Palm Beach. Wow. But yeah, very nice. This Lamborghini Countach looks like the Countach that Leonardo DiCaprio drove in The Wolf of Wall Street, the iconic movie. But yeah, it's just the white color. I'm not sure if it's the exact same model. I doubt it is, but who knows, because with everything that is here. But yeah, as you know, the Countach, we talked about it with that red one over there. It's one of the most iconic supercars, if not the most iconic supercar ever. Poster car of the 80s. Oh, this looks like a 25th anniversary Countach. Yeah, I think it is. But yeah, that's insane, that car. Like, when you saw this driving around back in the 80s, you would be like, it would be like nothing you've ever seen before, basically. Check this Gulf spec out on the Ford GT. It basically looks like how that iconic Gulf GT40 from the 1966 Le Mans or the 60s. But yeah, iconic spec. Alright, so here is the 1957 Ferrari 250 Testarossa kit car. It's like the mini model of the $40 million 250 Ti.
And 3 days later he called me and he said, where do you want to deliver?
They still go for like $100,000, even though it's like a toy car. And here we have like a Bugatti. This looks like a Type. Check out these pre-war Alfa Romeos. We start off with this Alfa Romeo 6C from 1933. And here we have an Alfa Romeo 8C 2300 from 33 also. Look at that Ferrari logo right there. Wow. This is when Enzo Ferrari used to race for Alfa Romeos. And here we have this very nice Alfa Romeo 8C. 1937. These are worth millions of dollars. Wow. 1929, I saw the I don't know how to pronounce that, but it was one of the ultra luxury car names in the pre-war era. It's an Italian car brand, by the way. But yeah, here we also have this Rolls-Royce with wooden doors. Never knew they existed. But here, triple pre-war Rolls-Royce. Oh, this one's the nicest. What year is 1937? Oh, it's a Phantom. 1937 Rolls-Royce Phantom. yeah, that is not all we have. We still do have more here at the Greenwich Concours. Let's just get a view of that. Wow. By the water. Alright, take yourselves back in a time machine to the early 1900s. Because here is where we end up. 1914 Stanley, along with another one, 1913, and wow, 1900. That car is 123 years old. Holy smokes. Conrad Motor Carriage. Oh, Buffalo, New York, 1898 to 1902. Wow, learn something new every day. But yeah, that's the oldest car I've ever seen. 1903. Wow. Alright. Wow, this one's huge. 1908 Stanley Steam Car Model F. Alright, I kind of know about Stanley. Here we have another one. Wow. Alright, 1903 Locomobile. Along with this 1904. Alright. Wow. And 1907 white G. Oh, I wish I knew about these cars. This was during the Gilded Age. How could you not know about them? Wow. I don't know. Are you able to drive these on the road? These are desirable cars to check out also. It's not only about the supercars and hypercars here. Come on, you need to see everything.
Please visit 10th WF2 to learn more. From exotic and collector cars to your homes and other valuable assets, Marsh McLennan Agency Private Client Services provides sophisticated personal insurance solutions delivered with exceptional service.
Alright, talk about classic with the post-war Italian supercars like the Maserati 3500 GT and this Ferrari 195 Inter from 1950. We have a 1970 Maserati Ghibli, another supercar. Different from the Ghibli nowadays, the sedan. There's a Ferrari 250 GT, just very nice. Along with this Lamborghini Miura. It's one of the most iconic cars ever. I would 100% take this V12 Miura over the Countach all day. And here's the first Lamborghini model after they stopped making tractors, the 350 GT. But yeah, the Miura was to prove that Ferruccio Lamborghini, that's how he tried to make better cars than Enzo Ferrari. I still think Ferrari is better. But yeah, designed by Bertone. Here we have another 250 GT. Wow, these are really nice. And this 330 GT Speciale. Yes, that's a rare one. Probably worth who knows how much. So besides all these post-war station wagons that I'm not super crazy about, but they're still nice, and the Benzes here, post-war, we've pretty much seen most of it. But we still have a few left, like this Ford GT40. That's very nice. Original GT40. Such a privilege to even see this car in person. Wow. Just, you gotta get a view of that. That looks insane. Followed by a BMW Z8, iconic James Bond car, worth $250,000 now, pretty rare. And look at this, not the BAC Mono, this prototype 1964 Cheetah. I know nothing about this, but it looks good, and I'm sure it's quick. But yeah, there still is more lurking around. Oh, look at that. Nice poster of an F-50. Huh. Alright. We have another Packard, it looks like, from the 1930s. And wow, nice Rolls Royce. That's a Rolls. Oh, that's nice. Alright. Not only that, we have the LFA there. That was there last year also. And check it out, the new BMW XM. That's a super SUV. But yeah, we still haven't seen everything, I don't think. We have another classic Alfa Romeo over there. A few bikes, motorcycles. Don't know about them. Pre-war Bentley, it looks like. Yep. Oh no, that's 1949. Technically post-war. The reason how I know this is because I'm reading the signs for some of them. Here's a nice Jaguar XK 150. Very iconic sports car for Jaguar. Post-war this was. And another Jaguar XJRS actually, but this is from 1993. Still is post-war, but it's not what you think of post-war when it comes to mine. You think of like 50s, 60s, not 90s. Sure. Like, I'm not crazy about them, Broncos and stuff like that, but yeah. Alright, but yeah, anyway. No, let's go check it out. This radio. That's a good song. Ain't no mountain high enough. We can check it all out. Alright. Oh yeah, Pierce is the name. That's what I thought. 1916. Wow. Come along here. Historic hot rods. This is interesting. We have 32 Ford. Alright. Those are nice. Along with the 27 Ford Roadster. Wow. Back then, or sometimes they even do it now, they just soup these up and make them really fast. Another 1927 Ford. 1927 again. Jeez, what year is this? 1932. It's either 1927 or 1932 all the time for these Fords so far. Alright, 1922, wow. Did not think that was from 101 years ago. Looks good for its age. The 2023 Greenwich Concours d'Elegance was an awesome event to visit. And it's not only one of the greatest car shows in the world, but it's also one of the greatest events that you should visit once in your lifetime. Yeah, it's one of the greatest events on the planet, in the universe. That's how good it is. And they set all this up for a good cause every year. They've been doing it for over 25 years now. And they do the same thing with Pebble Beach in August. And the reason why it's for a good cause is because this is a non-profit organization. So this money is going to charity. And I think it's amazing that they set this up. That's the reason why you have to pay for tickets to get in. But yeah, they set one of the greatest car shows in the world up for a good cause. That's amazing. And it was amazing coming to visit last year, and I hope to see you all again at next year's Greenwich Concours. But yeah, that will do it for today.